What's up, you fools? Mad ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel, and you know it is time for another dress rehearsal. That is right, it is semi-final 2, the third dress rehearsal, also known as the family show. And I am here, your host, I guess we can call it that, Matt, live from the press center. It is only me right now. Later on we'll have more people join us, definitely for the pre and post show of semi-final 2. But for now, that's all you have. Sorry. Hopefully you'll enjoy it anyway. I will guide you through the third dress rehearsal of this semi-final. It's the last time the acts and everyone gets to rehearse. And I'll just kind of let you join us here throughout the process in the press center, and hopefully you will enjoy it. And I certainly will. So I just want to welcome everyone in the chat as they are coming on. There is a Roused Flopeke. Hi, Matt. Hi, back at you. Ranu Kasema is right there. And I see a lot of others. SKS18, hello. Crag is there. And World Sasuri. Hi, everyone. So good to have you. And I think let's get this thing started. Now, I turned this on a few minutes early because, as you know, the show starts at 4 p.m. Israel time, which is 3 p.m. your time. So we have a few minutes just to get ready and warm up. If you watch this in replay, no pun intended, you can jump ahead 15 minutes to get to the show directly. But why not just chat through, answer a few questions, talk about what's going on as we're approaching the end of the 2019 season. But we still have 6 shows ahead of us technically, so let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? So yes, if you have questions or anything, as always, at ESC United, just post that and I'll do my best to answer them. As always, keep in mind, it is not easy to catch them all. I'm very happy to answer them as they come up. And I thank everyone over the past 12 days who have supported us so much. It means the world to me. Your super chats and all, and just sharing our links and making sure that to spread the love and spread the word means the world to me. So thank you. I had a lot of people ask, how else can we support you if you want to make a contribution that's not super chat, because not all countries have super chats. There is a link in the description box that you can use to make a little contribution if you want to do so, but don't feel obligated. As always, you can always just share our work, and that helps too, because exposure is very, very important. Am I right? So I see a few questions before I can answer. So forgive me if I'm multitasking here right now. Are you hyped or are you hyped? Well, right, Mapper, I am hyped, even though it may not come across that way right this very second, because I just had lunch, and I ate a good amount of food, and I'm just like, you have that moment right after you've eaten. So I probably should have eaten a little sooner, and I ate really fast, and that was not the smartest idea on my part. But I will be fine. Just give me 2 minutes, and I'll be back to my normal self. In the meantime, I'm also adding a few other things here. Here we go. Refreshing it. Tara Willis is saying, do you guys have PayPal? I just added a link. In the description box, there is a PayPal link if you want to contribute, but again, no obligation. I don't want to make this about me getting more money. But it helps keeping ESC United running, because, we don't make any money otherwise. We don't have any sponsorships or, getting money from anyone to do their work, that kind of stuff. So it's all self-sponsored. Netherlands dropped fourth to the fourth in the odds for qualifying. That can't be. I don't believe you. I just checked earlier today that we're still in first. They actually had a winning qualification of 31%. Now, granted, I didn't check the actual semi-final 2. Oh my God, you're right. Oh, I apologize. I totally didn't even look. Oh my God. Nah, keep in mind, we're talking about hardly any numbers, but yeah, wow, they dropped to fourth, but that might change again. So Sweden number 1, Russia number 2, third Azerbaijan. Well, hot damn, which is always so in contradiction with the overall one, because Netherlands is there still the clear leader Isn't that weird how that goes? My. Well, I'm not giving up. Oh, Arma Slay, thank you so much for your support. Tell me your top 10 of all songs, please. I don't have a top 10, actually, and I swear I don't. I know that people rank their songs. It's such a common thing to do in Eurovision, but I intentionally stay away from that for two reasons. Number one, people get so upset when I do a top 10. If I don't have their favorite song in there, I'm subscribed, and it's so silly, I know, but it gets really, really frustrating. And number two, it changes. There are songs that to me that are like equally good. Just on one day I like this song better because I'm in a good mood, and in the other one I may be in a crappy mood and I prefer that song. So I don't really have an actual ranking prepared. So I don't have that, I'm afraid. If Australia won Saturday, Connor Wells is asking, where would you love to host a contest to be hosted at? Well, I would assume the process would be that then the EBU would take bids from countries and they would then choose. As far as who I would want to see, personally, I would want to see whoever finished in second place. That would be my preferred option. So if Australia wins and let's say Netherlands comes second, then the Netherlands should host it. If it's Sweden, then Sweden should host it. That is how I feel about it. And that would be it. So I don't have a specific country I want to go to. I really want them to go down that list, whoever is the runner-up of the show. So, just Matt, say my name, haha, make me happy, I freaking love you. Lebek, I'm saying your name. Lebik? Lebek. Lebek. There you have it. Eisenhead say, I can't believe you guys left Romania out in your prediction video. Keep in mind, it is barely left out, and I said in the prediction video on multiple occasions that I am not happy with my own personal prediction. I put Romania in 11th place. I did put Romania initially in 10th place, but then I brought up Austria a little bit. I wanted to have one wild card in there. But as said, I am not confident in my predictions at all. So I'm not running around here saying I have it figured out completely. No, I'm probably really wrong, and that is okay. I want to be wrong. I still think that Romania has a really good shot at qualifying. It's just a tough semi. So forgive me if I didn't put it in there. That's just, I had to go with something. After the jury show, we all had to put it in, our predictions, and I wasn't ready. I'm like, Zach, I don't know what to do. And he's like, I need it. Shut up. I'm like, all right, there you go. So I didn't have time to change it, and that's what we have. Okay, so Tim Stormans asked very good questions. Why are you sitting in a new spot? Who stole the other? So I got here maybe 30 minutes ago, 35 minutes ago, and it is crowded in here, and all the good seats and spots were taken. So I'm sitting more in a corner right now here. Yeah, somebody, I don't know who they are, they took our spot. So that is unfortunate, but I live. And honestly, I kind of like it here. I'm a little bit more secluded from the rest of it, so people don't interrupt me as they walk by. I don't get any random microphones pushed into my face, just like you saw yesterday. So I kind of like it. So if you're just joining the stream, this is the ES United semi-final 2 third dress rehearsal where we're going to go, or we, the people in the arena, will rehearse for the third time. It's the family show. And we just sit here and listen in and talk it through. Now keep in mind, we already had the first dress rehearsal recorded yesterday and the jury show. You know the run-through of the show right now. So I will not go through every single detail of the show. So we're just going to make it a little bit more casual. It's just me right now. So we'll just have a little chat and have fun. How does that sound? So, how was Tamara in the jury show? I fell asleep after Moldova. Oh my God, I got to. Tamara was fantastic. I said it before, I feel as most people had really brought their A game yesterday. So Tamara included. She had some technical issues in the first dress rehearsal where she had to rehearse again, but in the evening show, she was spot on. So you should feel good about yourself. So let's see here, Matt. Wanted you to know your opinion about the Netherlands. Duncan's going high every hour. Can he be the winner? Yes. I haven't done my predictions yet for the final. Still waiting for the 10 qualifiers, obviously, because, got to do that. But clearly still the one to beat at this point, and we'll have to see. But somebody pointed out, the semifinal 2 odds, not as many people bid in there, and the Netherlands dropped to 4th place there somehow, which was very interesting. But it is so close, so I don't think it's that significant. But I still think they're in it to win it. I just watched the 11 things you want to see in Eurovision 2019, and the less negative comes super strong this year, and one of your favorite. I don't even remember what I said in that video, forgive me. It was so long ago. I need to rewatch that actually to remind myself what the points were that I discussed. I know one of them was security, the other one was the goodies for the press kind of thing, but oh well. Crack says, 6 people are allowed on stage. What if Norway wins? That means there will be 7 people on stage at the end. I don't get it. Why would there be 7 people on stage in the end? Are they adding someone else? Well, I need a clarification on that as well. Maybe I'm just really slow right now. I need to have some chocolate. So as I was walking in, and this is not a sponsored thing, the My Heritage people are everywhere. They gave me this bag. And I got some free candy. Some McVitties, so I gotta get a little bit of sugar rush here. Let me set this up here. Here we go. So the show will start hopefully in 3 minutes. Sometimes they're delayed a little bit. People keep asking often, what is a jury show? A jury show is basically just another dress rehearsal. It's the 3rd and final one, where they often give discounted or free tickets to certain families nearby so they can see the show that they usually would not be able to afford. Also often like school does trips here or events to watch the show. They just want to get a few people in for the camera work as well. So that is what the show is, but ultimately it's just another dress rehearsal. You can also buy tickets for it if that's what you wanted to do. Matt will end up screaming the rest of the stream because of the sugar rush. No, I'll be fine. In case you're wondering where the rest of the team is at, they have the afternoon off. Zach is traveling to Haifa. He should still be there on his way back now. I'm not sure. I don't know what Sean, Fernando, and David are doing. I believe they were going to go to the beach. And I know they slept in from partying yesterday. But everyone will be here tonight for the semi-final 2 show. Now, we will be live streaming the post show, which starts at 8 p.m. Central European time, 9 p.m. our time, and we will be live right after the show as well. So once you're done watching the show, come back here and we'll talk it through, point by point, song after song. Okay. So while we're waiting for the show to start, let's talk this through. 3 more questions. David Hutza. Someone says that Muslims don't belong in ESC. Give your opinion. That's a stupid opinion. Who would say that? Stupid people, ignorant people. Doesn't matter what religion you are, doesn't matter what race you are, doesn't matter what gender you are. It's just such an obvious thing to say. I mean, yeah, of course it doesn't matter. These people are stupid, aren't they? So Iceland qualified, that means Hatari Munsikra, Hatari will prevail. Which I, by the way, would like to also talk about real quick. Let me get comfortable a little bit here. I fix my camera here as well. It's a little bit close. Here we go. The lighting is horrible. I'm so have a shiny forehead. So yesterday during our live stream, the first one in the afternoon, you should watch it, the first dress rehearsal. It was 3 hours and 25 minutes into it. I got this microphone and shoved into my face, and this lady started interviewing me and saying things that were not quite nice about Iceland, calling it a freak show and all of that stuff. And I tried to be as diplomatic as possible when I answered it, and I didn't know who she was. And I thought there was just like a broken English language barrier there. But as it turns out, as people told me, she's actually more of like a right-wing commentator or something like that with an agenda, trying to talk smack about Iceland. So apparently my clip kind of showed up in the news in Iceland. People were outraged by it. So I will talk to the Icelandic media apparently later today, as they want to interview me about the incident. The lady was in hindsight, very inappropriate. Again, I thought at that moment, you know what, I'm not going to make this assumption that she meant it, because her English, she spoke in broken English, and I have a hard time understanding her. So, but once I figured out and heard the context, I was annoyed as heck, because I would have been a little bit more direct with her. But yeah, that is what happened. People always trying to do some stupid stuff there. So that's what's happening later on, though. Gatuf says, who do you think who will be called last tonight as the qualifiers? I think it could be North Macedonia, just like Netherlands 2013 after 7 years of non-qualification. It could be. Oh, there's some announcement here, as you can hear, but it's in Hebrew. I don't know. It could be North Macedonia. Or, I'm trying to think, could be Switzerland too. You know, that could kind of keep them at suspense as well. But yeah, that's a good guess. Matt, what time in the video was that? It was, Tara. It was the first dress rehearsal from yesterday. 3 hours and 25 minutes into the video, so it was closer to the end. So it is now just past 3 o'clock your time, 4 o'clock our time. That means the show will start any minute now. They're making some announcement, but we don't see the screen yet. All we see again is that logo right now. Hopefully they will turn it on soon. But they'll always often run late on these shows, so it's not a big deal. Warm hugs from Russia, everyone. Good luck to everyone. We are friends and we live in one world. Music unites. You're absolutely right, and that is exactly why we do this, why we love Eurovision. It's because of the music. It's because of the music. Ooh, Don and Elle, thank you so much for the contribution. Thanks again for streaming these shows. Lots of love from the Netherlands, and good luck everyone tonight. Strobe ruffles and Gouda for all. Throw in some croquettes and I'm on board. I need my croquettes, so how does that sound? Thanks again for your support. So thanks again for that. I feel like I'm dehydrated. I've been walking around earlier. It's very hot in Tel Aviv today, and I feel as I'm not drinking enough water. So I grabbed 2 bottles right now, so I'm not going to run out of water during my live stream because I'm basically on my own. So let's just wait for the show to start. And as a reminder, tonight obviously is the show. You all be watching it tomorrow afternoon. Hope you'll be around. We get to have the first dress rehearsal of the the grand final. So that'll start, I think, at 2. I'll double check the calendar, but I'll put up a link early on so you know when we go live. And then in the evening, it's the jury show, the highly anticipated jury show of the grand final. This is going to be crazy. It is going to be so important, so you all need to be here. Do you hear me? Do you think Norway is safe? Thank you, Ole Jacob Haj, for your contribution. Do you think Norway is safe tonight? Okay, you know me. I'm always trying to be honest. I'm not being rude. I'm not being offensive. I hope at least I succeed in that, but I'm also going to be honest. I'm not feeling that Norway is safe, but I do think that they are going to qualify. I have them as a qualifier. I'm just so... You listen to your gut a little bit, and I just don't know if this is going to go big with the juries. I feel as the juries could potentially drag it down and kick it out, but I think it's going to have enough televote support to make it through. But I wish I would be more excited because I love Norway. I love the song. It is so good. So if it wasn't my decision, it would be easily going through. But I'm just telling you, I'm have it in my predictions. You can watch the video as a qualifier, but I'm not as like, oh my God, yes, it's a short qualifier like a Russia situation. You know what I mean? Hi Matt, tonight is White Night. So many events tonight. Are you going? Gilview is asking. I'd like to. I have to see how much time I have. Because it's this jury show, we have to do all the results. We're gonna have a post show. You have to wait for the draw, and then the actual final draw will be released in a few hours later as well. So I'll see what I can do. I can't make any promises though. So as you can see, there seems to be a delay with the family show. Hopefully it will start soon. Just hanging tight. I'll just keep talking until the cows come home. In the meantime, just keep asking questions. I will chat with you, and we'll go from there. Duncan's whole jury performance leaked today. Yeah, they're always, not always, often things like that leak, people recorded in the audience and whatnot. I'm not sure if you saw the actual camera work. If that were the case, just wait, the EBU will take it down soon. But if you saw it, good for you. They just said on Norwegian radio that Ktheju is 99% safe. I don't know what facts they base that on. I find that funny when people use a percentage like that. Based on what? Like their opinions. Do they have any data that it says Norway finished second in the jury show and only... You know what I mean? Take it with a grain of salt. Once again, this is not about what I want to happen. My top 10 or like what I would put through looks very different from what I predict will happen. People ask, who do you think is a sure non-qualifier? Well, let's take a look here at the list. I feel as, sadly, I feel as Ireland is an almost certain non-qualifier, but once again, if I'm wrong, woo! I want to be wrong. I don't want, and I will never ever cheer against the song. I've never done that, never will. I also think that's going to be a very tough road for Latvia. So those are the two countries, if I had to pick which one are least likely to qualify, would be those. Do you see Russia winning? It's Fish is saying. No. I just don't see it happening. I would be... I mean, I love the Russian song. I think we've established that in my videos many times. I just don't see it happening. I do expect a top 5. I absolutely expect top 5 for Sergey. I just don't think it's going to be enough for the win. But let me wait. Let's let him get through the semis first, and then see what's going to happen in the running order, which is going to be very interesting. Because in case you don't know, there are only 3 spots left from this semi for the second half of the semifinals. So 7 songs. Of the 7 songs, okay, let's do this again. Maybe I can talk. Out of the 10 songs qualifying tonight, 7 will perform in the first half and 3 in the second half, and they will fight over that one. I mean, it's out of your hands in that sense, you know, which half you compete in. But it's very interesting. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I do not know how to read your name, but I will read your message. Warm hugs from Russia from you. My name is Matt too. Oh, there you go. Matt's ruled the world. But in Russian it sounds like Matvey. I hope I said that right. Matt, how could you be the black sheep today? Who could be a black sheep today, in your opinion? Okay, I'm gonna assume you meant dark horse. A black sheep is more someone like the black sheep of the family, like the guy who is, you know, trouble. So I assume you mean dark horse. If I'm misreading it, let me know. But if it's the dark horse, I think, based on my prediction I made earlier, I will say Austria. Austria could be the dark horse to qualify. There has to be somebody. So that would be my guess. So once again, thank you for your contribution. It is very much appreciated. Dima says, in your opinion, ESC needs something bad like Madonna's behavior in song or not? I still can't trust that the ESC 2019 using for LGBT propaganda. I think you saw what they did in first semifinal. Dima, I don't know what you're referring to with the LGBT propaganda. I don't call it propaganda if people just advocate for equal rights. So I need a little bit more context there. So no, I don't see that. As far as Madonna is concerned at Eurovision, I don't necessarily care about the idea of bringing big names to Eurovision just for the sake of bringing a big name, unless they have actually a connection to Eurovision. Like, I would make more sense to me to bring Celine Dion, right? Having her on the Eurovision stage after 30 plus years since her victory, that would be cool. But Madonna has zero connection to Eurovision. It's really just pure self-promoting intense there, and it doesn't add anything to Eurovision except hopefully getting some extra exposure and get numbers in. But you know, so the show is clearly running late, or they have forgotten to turn on their TV. Let's hang in there and wait, because it ought to happen. It got to happen at some point, right? Matt, that woman who interviewed yesterday is the host of the press conference from the first semifinal. What? No, that can't be right. Wait. Okay, Consti Chaco. You're saying that the lady who did the press conference from the first semifinal interviewed me yesterday and had these very strong opinions? Is that correct? Is that true? Guys, what? Okay, I need to find out. I'm going to have an interview later with Icelandic TV, so I would love if someone can confirm that, because what? Okay. Okay, Infinity says, okay, Matt, why Eurovision is focusing only on LGBT rights, then let's focus on environment and bring UNICEF there. I have zero issues with UNICEF either. And Finland this year was very much talking about environment, the melting ice caps, if you want to. I don't know what to tell you about that. I don't have a problem with any good cause being promoted at Eurovision. That's all I'm saying. Adam. James Jürgenstack. Hello. Where's them nude at Matt? Don't send nudes. That's my motto. Look forward to a serious talking. Let me freak show woman while I'm wearing a harness on some of my... Oh, God. Thank you again for that. And thank you for that very interesting comment of yours. Okay, so we're waiting still for the show to start. I'm hoping that the TVs will be turned off soon, because everyone is here waiting patiently for it to start. Just hang in there. Michael Svetlik, Matt, will your cat ignore you when you're back home? Mine would ignore me for 2 days. Mine ignore me for about... No. One of the cats, my boy, I have 2 cats. The guy, Dustin, usually doesn't ignore me at all. He just comes up and is like, he's like a dog. Princess, the girl, she is a little bit more, like, oh, now you're here. Screw you. I own this place now. But it takes like 5 minutes. She's just like, okay, I love you again. So she does it a little bit. So, forgive me, I'm mad. It isn't right, whatever that means. I wish I could answer the question, but I'm not sure what you're referring to. Dima says, yes, I 100% agree with you, but everyone knows that she's using ESC only for her new album promo. We didn't need her. It's trash. I don't know her new album. I will not comment on it because I have no idea what it sounds like. It is complete promotion. To be fair, a lot of the artists that are doing Eurovision, a lot of them do it for promotional reasons as well. So it's not even that I'm necessarily opposed to promotion, because, you know, we all do that. I do that with my own channel. But if it's completely unrelated to Eurovision and the purpose of the contest, then yes, then I'm not a big fan of it. And that is my biggest issue. That's what I am referring to. Mm. Mm-mm. Do you think it's better to be in the second half because Salvador won big while being in the first half? I mean, you need to look at the statistics. You can still win big being in the first half, but keep in mind, it's usually the numbers from like 1 to 7 is usually the least desired position, 1 through 8, something like that. After that, it becomes a little less significant. Statistically talking, I believe in statistics, I believe in numbers, and that is what I usually look at. It is a fact that our human brain can only absorb so much information, and at some point you forget certain songs. And it is also very common that people just turn on the TV 5 songs into the show. They're like, oh, we're 10 minutes late or 20 minutes late, but we're still going to watch it anyway, but they only listen to 20 songs. Not everyone like us are patient or like anxiously awaiting the show to watch it from the very beginning. Some people are like, oh yeah, let's just grab the pizza and then start watching it. Stuff like that happens quite a bit. So yes, there is a reason why a song has never won from the second position, and especially since the day of televote, that has changed. The juries are less impacted by it, but televoters for sure. Because televoters don't rank them. Now, if there was a ranking with the televoters, that would be a different story maybe, but since we don't have that, Oh, Matt, it isn't right. The lady who interviewed you isn't the one from the press center. I was going to say, thank you for confirming, my friend. I was like, there's just no way. I would have fallen out of my chair. It was explained to me that she is some commentator, right-wing commentator, something like that. I'm trying to remember. So thanks for confirming that. So, we're 17 minutes late already. Let's hang in there for just a little longer and see how this works out. Last was the first semifinal. We had a show that was 30 minutes late. So I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. Lankan Dorans, hey Matt, scored yourself a smoothie yet? They will soon sell out like yesterday. No. I had a smoothie once, but I thought they were free, those small ones. But I don't need them, it's fine. I'm trying to stick to water. I had it before, they're delicious, but I cannot leave right now because I'm right here talking to you. I'm not going to leave all of my equipment behind with no one watching it. So I'm going to take a quick look at the betting odds of the semifinal 2 right now. Because, as said, I want to see where it happens. The Netherlands dropped to 4th right now, but again, it's very close. And he's like the clear leader in the overall betting odds. Denmark, okay, so I'm looking at it. So the betting odds, we agree 9 out of 10 according to mine. I just have a really bad feeling about one song, which is Armenia. And I put Austria in because I wanted to take at least one risk. Albania is in 11th place. I hope Albania qualifies. I'm glad that there's a little bit more of a push and that she is rising in the odds, and I want Albania to qualify so badly. I find it funny because I see all these comments like, nah, you didn't want Albania to qualify last year, you don't want to qualify Albania this year, you'll be wrong again. I'm like, you don't get it. People don't always get so upset. I hate doing predictions sometimes because people get so like take it personally that I have like something against the country. So yeah, gotta love it, gotta love peoples. So since we still have time, ask questions at ESC United, otherwise I'll just keep talking about stuff, and we can do that. Will you do a review show on Sunday? I missed that last year. So last year I left on a Sunday. No pun intended, Romania. I left Sunday, so I didn't have time. I was on an airplane for 12, 13 hours. So I couldn't do a show, but yes, I will do a debrief on Sunday. So I'm going to be in Tel Aviv all Sunday, so don't you worry. That's why I said next day, because it was so stressful. Leaving right away is very stressful, and a lot of people are doing it. It's part of the gig for them. Some people are actually leaving during the results to make their way to the airport because their plane leaves at 5 in the morning or something like that. And I'm like, no, that's not going to happen with me. The odds got Austria 2018 totally wrong, Lyndon ESC said. That is correct. Now, that is the problem with the betting odds. Now, keep in mind, the betting odds are also, to be fair, okay, let's talk this through. So, the betting odds are not there to properly judge the ranking. They're there to just determine who wins. And from that angle, they were right. Austria did not win the contest. They don't vote for who should be third. Do you know what I mean? So I always thought, and you watch my videos, you know that Austria was my favorite last year, along with Israel, but Austria technically was my number one. I knew that the televoters would not allow a first place. So from that angle, yes, the betting odds were correct. And it's very difficult. It's not probably the smartest idea to use the betting odds ranking as like that's how they feel how the songs are going to end up. Because you could think, I feel like Czech Republic, it's a safe second place. But you wouldn't put any money down for Czech Republic because they're not going to win. Even though if everyone believes they're second place, that would put them at the bottom of the betting odds because no one believes they're going to win. If that makes any sense. So, but I hear you, my friend. I hear you. Ingrid Tretteberg, what do you think of America getting their own version of Eurovision? Okay, I'll answer that. We're still waiting, so feel free to ask questions. I am interested in how they're going to implement that because it seems that it's in the very, very, very early stages of it, and it's only a show for the United States. It's not going to be like a North and South American countries battling out. It will only be in the United States. It may or may not be broken out by states. It could be just something else. I'm worried. Number one, we don't have the cultural history like Europe does, so it makes it very difficult to implement that. I'm worried it's going to be more turning into a Idol, X Factor kind of show. And Americans are usually not used to having long shows that are more than like 2 hours. Yes, you can maybe make a case of the Super Bowl or the Oscars, but it has to be really something that already has been part of American TV for a very long time. So I don't know what channel would do that if it would really catch on. So my feeling is it's not going to work. It's not going to catch on. Just culturally, it is not the same. But I'm hopeful. I'm very, very hopeful that it's going to work. Because that'd be kind of cool. What do you think of the Germany's entry, Daniel Jahrmarkt is saying? I don't think the German entry is as bad as people make it out to be. Is it my number one? No. Oh, by the way, the stage is on, so we're going to start any minute now. Yay. But I'm not a fan of the staging. I'm really worried about Germany this year when it comes to the ranking. I hope they're not going to be last. They deserve more than that. They have good harmonies, and hopefully the juries will at least appreciate that. There were better choices in the national final, but, you know, hindsight 2020. So as you can see, we are now, well, as you can see, you cannot see. As I just told you, we just finally can see the arena. They have not started the show yet. There's a wide shot, surprise, of the camera, of the arena. And any minute now, hopefully this will begin. I am super excited. Even though I sound very mellow right now, it's really just, I'm just in a very good, chill mood. And I'm just hanging with my best friends from all over the world talking Eurovision on this live stream. And as I pointed out before, this will be less strict and direct as far as like the structure is concerned, where I tell you every little step of the show, because I've done that a gazillion times already. But if you have questions about it, and I see something else that stands out to me, of course, I will point that out to you. Oh, Adam, James, Jürgen, you again, thank you so much. Yellow and blue rubber jumpsuit, ES United team ready. Thank you. Oh, geez. Solang Lai says, what are the chances of Malta qualifying? I will say 90%. I will give it a very high chance. Ooh! So here we go for a third. Oh, I got too excited too soon. For a third and final time, it'll happen, but not final time. We do have the full show. This is the last dress rehearsal before the actual live show. So this is the last time where they're allowed to actually screw up. Keep in mind, a lot of people may not go full vocal, right? Last in semifinal 1, Kate didn't sing her high note because she didn't want to mess up her voice. So we may have Sergey do the same thing. All the people with higher notes, they will probably kind of skip them. So Netherlands to win. When was the last time the Faith didn't win? Well, I don't know, because the favorites changed quite a bit over time. So some songs were favorites at some point and then they weren't at another point. So I'm not sure. I mean, Jamala wasn't like the favorite, she was like 3rd or 4th. And then Conchita wasn't the favorite for the longest time until the very, very last minute where she shot up to the top. But she wasn't for the longest time. It's really loud here today. So what we're looking at right now is just a quick recap of Tuesday night's show. So all the semi-finalists of Semi 1 just having a little like recap of who went through and like embracing them and celebrating. And then we move on with the show. So we don't have like an actual interval, like just a short clip. The excitement continues, it says on the screen. Armenia, Latvia, Austria, Denmark, Romania, so they show all the names of the country as well. David Hodsam, who do you think has the best vocals live, or which participant? Also, do you think juries will support Jonida for her voice? That is my hope, that the juries will put her higher up. I was going to say probably Jonida of the ladies. The guys in this semi, I'm not sure. I have to look at the list who is in this semi. I think overall, definitely Roko has an insanely good voice. In here, I'm looking at the list right now. Yeah, it is Croatia actually, probably. I want to say Croatia. His voice is fantastic, even though I'm not a fan of the song, but undoubtedly he has a fantastic tool there with his vocal range there. So here we go. The 4 hosts are on stage now. So they're just doing the quick introduction. So there are a lot of people, a good amount of people in the arena. Keep in mind, it's not completely full because this is just the family show. The waiting game for the artists must be exhausting. Oh yes, it is. I think exhausting is what I would call the Eurovision experience. I guess I would also use the word fun and exciting and just thrilling. But exhausting is pretty high up there. I'm really tired today, actually, but I'm okay. I'm okay. I got a good amount of sleep in. Well, good amount as in 5-6 hours, something like that. So now that it's going to do the quick introduction of the hosts, and if you want to talk to me, just make sure that you do the @ESC United so that I can see your comments and know that they're directed at me and it's not just general chit-chatter. I will do my best to address them. Is this family show just the last rehearsal before the live event? Huge ESC fan is asking. That is correct. This is just the final rehearsal. Just call it family show because that's just the name it's been given. But yeah, it's the 3rd and final dress rehearsal before the actual show tonight. It should hopefully only take like 2 hours and 10 minutes or something like that. Yes, we're already late, almost 30 minutes, so oh well. But at least we get to listen to the songs. This is also the final time where we get the fake results. Yes, we do get the fake results, meaning the fake qualifiers, randomly drawn. These are not the jury results or anything, so relax. Will North Macedonia qualify? Thoughts, Stefan is asking. I have them in my predictions as definitely a qualifier, which would be nice after all these years. If they don't qualify now, that would be very depressing because they finally did something with the staging. And you got to give them props for that. So, and Tamara sounds just fantastic. The song suits her vocals and her style. So, I'm hopeful that North Macedonia will go through, and I'm predicting it. So here is Srbuk's postcard. And as said, we talked about it many, many times, so I will not go for the details, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. So, who do you think will Bisankan compose? I don't know what Bisankan compose award. Oh, who gets that? Oh, I feel this is going to go to the Netherlands, actually. Potentially Italy. Would be my guess. Okay, so here we go. You're going to listen to Armenia. The polling lines for Portugal were blocked in some countries. They called and received message saying error, namely in Spain, a viewer warned on the OGE Portugal website. I have heard about that. I have not heard an official statement from the EBU, so I would love to hear their side as well, because, you know, there's always two sides to a story, but if that were the case, that would be definitely bad. But I want to hear from them as well. So how long do you know Eurovision, LR is asking? My first Eurovision that I watched was a long time ago, 1998. That's how long ago. That was the first time I was young, you know, and I was like, oh my God. And I was in love ever since. I became not as dedicated as I'm now, years later. But that was the first Eurovision I watched, and I haven't missed a single one. Let's see, there's so many questions coming in. So my 83-year-old mom, who only watched the final, said she would never vote for Australia as they are not in Europe. We had a big fight about it. Do you think the viewpoint is widespread? No. I mean, there are a few, because I know that Sean's mom has a similar approach, like why are they even in Eurovision? They don't belong here. But I think it's just a vocal minority. I would not think it through too much. Look at Australia doing really well with the televoters in previous years, 2015 and 16 come to mind. So let's wait what's going to happen, but I think people, when they like a song, will vote for it. Of course, I cannot back that up with data or facts, but I just nothing to, because just a vocal minority is very vocal. And be careful with that. So, Tim Stornmans asked a good question. When will the grand final running order be announced? So, obviously we have to wait until the semi-final 2 finalists are known tonight. And during the press conference, all acts will draw their half, right? 7 will go to first half, 3 to the second half. Once all of that is known, that's when the producers of the show will go into a room and break it all out and see what they can do, like song-wise. So it may take a couple of hours or so, but I expect usually like early Friday morning is when they come in the middle of the night potentially even. They need to have the running order as soon as possible, because the first dress rehearsal for the grand final starts at like 2 or something tomorrow, so they want to be ready for that. And they need the running order. Forgive me for eating this little chocolate here, I need to get that going. Usually I don't eat. What did you do to get into the press delegation? Caroline is saying, I slept with the right people. I'm kidding. It's really just, I have my own website I started years and years ago. And then years later I decided just to apply. They asked for my numbers. By numbers I mean like my website traffic. And they looked at that, and then they gave me a couple of press passes, and since then we just build upon it more and more. I know we're pretty well known to a certain extent that they still ask for those numbers, but you know, that's how it goes basically. If you have an outlet somehow related to Eurovision and you bring in some numbers, you may be eligible to get press pass. But keep in mind, you're not getting paid for it, you just get the press pass and that's it. There is Sarah performing for last time. Okay, so what did you think of the host fascinating trivia moment on Tuesday? Why am I blanking out on the trivia moment right now? I feel bad. I don't remember that right now. I'm all just semi-2 right now in my brain. So forgive me. I don't even remember it right now. I feel so much better already. What do you think of France's chances to win? I think people will like it. I don't think France is going to win. I just don't see it happening. I think it'll appeal to a certain group of fans. I just don't see it as a winner. But it has a killer staging that's really touching. And I've even like guys a little older here, like older, like the 30s, like older than Bilal's demographic, actually get really teary about it because they remember how it was, you know, being ostracized by society or in school and all of that stuff. So it strikes a personal nerve that a lot of people went through, and it's touching. And it's wonderful that we live in a time where in many places here in the Western world we can actually say, screw you. Ain't nobody bring us down. So it's a very inspirational story, even if it's not for everyone. Infinity 8, Matt, which songs did give you goosebumps the first time you heard them? An honest answer, please. Well, there are a bunch of reaction videos of me out there listening to the songs for the very first time, and the Netherlands obviously comes to mind. That one always makes me tear up. I know I am in the minority here, but I love the song from Israel this year, and it just really moved me. So those are the two that come to mind the most. Goosebumps, both of them, very, very much. Do you think that Greece can be top 10 in the final, considering the fact that she is at the first half of the grand final? Yes. First half, it doesn't always say everything. Even though we speak about, you know, it maybe decrease your chances, but Greece has a good song, has a really good song, and I do believe that people will respond to it. So I am somewhat optimistic about her chances. Okay, so we're moving on to Moldova already. Apparently the sand lady, I forgot her name right now, was very vocal about her concern about the staging and camera work during the jury show. We'll wait and see how that's going to pan out now, if it's going to look better. Of course, now it doesn't count, but yeah. So that is what we're doing now. Let me refresh my page here real quick. And then let's talk a little bit more about Eurovision in general. James Veen, mate, you should learn to remember your dreams. Have a notebook besides your bed only for dreams. I know people told me that before, but I'm not a morning person that I have to write it down. My dreams are crazy. Although years ago, I learned for a while controlled dreaming, if you've heard of that before. Basically, I learned a technique where you can actually learn to control your dreams. You just have to be aware that you're in a dream at that moment. And I thought that was fascinating. I did that for a while, and it actually worked to a certain extent, but it drove me nuts, so I stopped doing that. It's now or never. Matt, why don't you add a female voice to your team? Women are not allowed on our team. It's called golf. Gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. No. Of course women are allowed. As a matter of fact, we have women on our team. Well, one woman right now, Melanie. Melanie is actually, if you watch our expert panels, she was on our videos. She joined us in Amsterdam. She's not here, but she's also our Instagram lady. So we do. There's just not a whole lot of women applying. We got a lot of applications in while I'm here in Israel, so I have to look at them. But of course, everyone is welcome. All right. Let me know if you like the sound of this. I mean, it looks good with us. No, if this wasn't the first time we saw this, it would be less annoying. But the fact that we've seen it before, for us diehard Eurovision fans, it's a little bit annoying. I wasn't able to verify if the microphone lady is the press conference host. The press conference host is named Sivan Avari, and I can only see that she did Big Brother Israel. It doesn't. Somebody said she wasn't. I would be shocked. She would not go around here in the press center and smack talk other artists that she is actually hosting. Now, I was told in the chat, we had some Israelis in the chat, that she was some right-wing commentator or so, but I just cannot confirm completely. So I have to go by what, I was saying. So moving on to Switzerland, where when she go low, she goes solo. She goes solo. Oh no. All right, Anders Lundgren. A strange question for you, maybe. But do you also have different favorites with the studio versions and the live versions? Not weird at all. There's a one big one that I want to point out, and that is Sweden. I love Sweden, right? It's one of my favorites this year. Then I remember listening to the studio version. I'm like, why is this my favorite? This one's kind of boring. Auto-tune to the nth degree. Scale back, backup singers, it really lost the magic. So Sweden is the prime example for me. And Austria as well to a certain extent. I like it way better live. I'm going to go back to the betting odds real quick, as some people are pointing that out. Bye. Have you been in Austria 2015 and did you like it? LR? Yes, of course I was in Vienna and I enjoyed it very much. One of my favorite press centers, actually. They were very, hospitality was mind-blowingly good. We got all that free fruits and chocolate and coffee and all of that stuff. Was clean, it was easy to get around. They gave us public transportation. It was wonderful. I loved it. You know, about Switzerland, I'm gonna be honest. If you watch me, I liked it. I didn't love it. It was a little bit. It's just like an average pop song to me, right? But he won me over live. It's just such a banger. And it's Luca's charm and energy that really makes that song stand out. So I'm sold. This has to qualify. Solo, she goes solo, oh she know, oh. Man, if the lyrics just were a little less annoying. What do you really think about the Lithuania's performance? Niringa said. I thought that I was in my previous reviews over the last few days and shows pretty honest about it, that Lithuania's song was never really for me. It was pretty forgettable and just average. And the staging certainly didn't help because they kept it just like the national final. And it's the kind of song, kind of like Belgium to me. It's just kind of there without leaving an impact. That being said, I think that's what is very appealing to a lot of people. It's simplicity, and that's why I'm not counting it out. But it's not for me. But Jurij is very likable, a good guy. So this is never ever against the country or the act. I feel like it's an obvious thing, but I feel like I have to point it out every single time. I love the song. Now I do. everybody dancing. Here we go. Where she go low, where she go low. She goes solo, she goes solo. Oh, she know, oh. Okay, so let me bring up something else here while I'm talking to you guys. Here we go. Lithuania has a good voice, but like you say, it's the staging. Yeah, it's a good voice, but I'm just kind of bored with it. You make fun of Luca's lyrics like a BBC presenter. Is that a compliment or an insult? It's just too obvious. And I'm not a lyric snob, right? I can deal with okay lyrics, but if they're so cringy, then I can't look past them. And that is what Luca's song has, and some of these rhymey songs stay till you find a way, no matter what they say. I'm like, oh God, I can't do that stuff. Luca Hänni put Sergey 21st in 2016, so I am mad at him. He did? Oh my. That must have been an awkward meeting then when they ran into one another, huh? I didn't know that. So this is Latvia, as you can hear. Forgive me. The interesting part about Latvia to me is that I actually like this song, right? It's so soothing, so relaxing. I want to listen to that while taking a bath or relaxing on the couch. It's not a very competitive song, like as in this is what people will vote for. And that is the unfortunate part when it comes to Eurovision, especially with a televoter. So you need to have like this instant hook kind of song, and Latvia doesn't have that. So it will completely rely on the jury support, and I don't think it'll be enough. I like it though. Matt, but you like say na na na. That's got the worst lyrics in the contest. I've been very much vocal about the horrible lyrics in Say Na Na Na. I'm not sure, I'm not defending that song at all. I don't think I've ever had. I even said in my review video, I wish he would have taken more than 5 minutes to write these lyrics because they are cringy. So I completely agree with you. So Duncan suffered from oxygen shortage during birth. His right leg and arm move a bit odd. Plus, being bullied as a kid, being chubby, performing his song today really must be a dream come true. He is just a very kind and likable guy. And I can relate to being bullied because I was bullied hard in school. It was horrible. And it's so dangerous to kids because those that are weak-minded and fragile, that could lead to, could have dire consequences on their lives potentially. So I'm glad he's now laughing at everyone else. And that's how I feel. You know, I made my career, I'm happy, and I feel like those that made fun of me, screw them. Where's your friend with the glasses? Caroline's asking. Zach. Zach is traveling right now. He is in Haifa. Which is like an hour train right from here. He wanted to go out, and I give everyone the afternoon off. They'll be back in the evening. Don't worry, for the show, everyone will be here. And as a reminder, we will have a pre and post show. So we have an hour pre-show before the semifinal, and we'll be back after the show as well. So we can discuss all the crazy results and the show in general. Now, it is Romania's turn, and Ester's card is one of my favorite cards. It is really beautiful. She danced with that one guy, which was in the summer mountains, and then all of a sudden she's in the snow. It's amazing. This is probably my favorite card. But let's take a listen and see how Ester's going to do. She has been very consistent vocally, and no doubt in my mind that she's going to do well again. Yep. Hiccups. On a Sunday. So, do you think that the language rule should be brought back? I personally would have 50% of the songs in the country's national language. I feel like there should be an encouragement to sing in your national language, but I am vehemently against a language rule. Language rule is limiting someone's creativity when it comes to songwriting. Imagine an act like Ilse de Lang, right, who only sings in English. Now all of a sudden she has to sing in Dutch. No, it needs to be fair for everyone, even playing field. Absolutely. So no language rules, but I feel as there should be some encouragement by the broadcaster. All right, Livander, sorry to hear that you were bullied as a child, Matt, and happy you're doing great now. Thank you, yes. That's why I feel very strongly about these messages about bullying. It was horrible for years. I don't want to go back. It was a dark place. But as I said, things have turned out great for me, fortunately. I have a good life. I'm happy. I'm not wealthy or anything, but I have a good job. I have friends, family that care about me a little bit, and I get to do this. Can't be that bad. Hey, she's doing good. I'm waiting for that big note, which I really, really love. That's a song that has been favored as long as the Netherlands ever not won. In other words, do you think that can't happen so much that the Netherlands will not win? Well, never say never. There's always a first time for everything. I don't remember all of the betting odds over the years. Emily DeForest and Lorraine were always number one. I know Francesco Gabbani from 17, I mean. He was number one for the longest time until, at some point, dropped. So that was the closest example I have right now. I'm trying to go back. I guess you could make a case with France in 2011. Weren't they number one? I'm trying to remember if they're number one or number two, but they were very high up. Do you think that Malta has a chance at winning? Who is your friend from Malta? And hello from Malta. Nikolai, my friend from Malta is Fernando. He's on our team, Team ESC United, actually. So he's from Malta, and I think Malta has an outside chance of winning. He's certainly a dark horse. That's the best I could see. It's not the favorite to win, but I can see it's somehow sneaking past a lot of ones. So I'm not completely counting it out, but right now I would rather say no, but it's possible. So we're going to have a break after Romania, as you can see. Let's get through the semis first, though, before we focus on the finals. I will do that all day tomorrow. How do you and similar blogs earn money? Donations, Purple is asking. Yes, it's mostly donations from the member who want to support us, either through Super Chat or if they want to do a PayPal, which is a link in the description box. That is usually how we make money. We make a little bit of money, at least I do, advertisement, when you see a video before, an advertisement before the video, I get a little bit of money, but it's hardly anything. So that would be cover almost nothing. So it's mostly donations and support from the members, either through Patreon, the PayPal, as I pointed out, or super chats, that kind of stuff. But I never force that or beg for it or anything like that. It is always voluntarily. And what also helps is sharing our links, whether you on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram. Support us on there as much as possible. That means just as much. Okay, so now we're doing fake interviews in the green room, just like they did in the semi-final one. I guess it's a nice way to kind of, give those folks a little bit more of a moment in the spotlight. I feel them mostly awkward more than anything because they're forced, they're so rehearsed. I don't like them, but I guess they became part of the whole Eurovision thing. Okay, Mako Harley is saying, where can we help you if in my region it's impossible to make super chat? As I said, if you look in the description box of the video, you can see a link at the very top is our PayPal. You can do make a donation there, if you will. There's also further down a link to our Patreon if you want to do that instead. There are options if you want to do like a recurring monthly payment. It's always helpful. I couldn't do that without you guys, so I really appreciate that, especially coming from LA. It's basically a part-time job. I have a full-time job and I do this on the side, so this is probably at least 20 hours a week, even during the off-season, just dedicated to Eurovision. Then add the 40 hours of my regular work, 60-hour work week is what I have. But again, people always ask, but I don't want to go into too much detail about that. Which country would you have a chance of winning when it's not the Netherlands? Which country for you would have a chance? Oh, gotcha, sorry. I would say it's still, I'm kind of with the betting odds right now. I wouldn't be shocked if Sweden takes this again. They're always just right there, and I feel this year in particular they could do it. Just a hunch. Just a hunch. Okay, here we go. This is now Denmark's turn. Denmark, Leonora, Love is Forever. And interestingly enough, I'm one of the only member, remember the only member on our team, I think, who was willing to put Denmark in their top 10 predictions. Barely, but I think she may squeeze through. Okay, here we go. Miracle. Ollie says, I'm intrigued. Why do you choose USA over Europe? It's not that I choose anyone over anything from that angle. I love them both equally. It's just where my friends and family live now these days, and that is my citizenship. So I can't just go back easily to Europe, but I can see myself at a later point moving back to Germany in particular, if that were to happen. And the nice thing about America is in some ways you can make, you can work a lot of hours and just really make some extra money if you want to work hard. Momo GG, thank you so much. I feel like Hungary was robbed. What do you think? Love from Sweden, keep doing what you're doing, you're great. I was disappointed with Hungary's non-qualification. I had this, so I was looking at the predictions and I said, okay, I have this feeling that either Hungary or Slovenia will miss out. I feel as they could potentially kind of, not cancel each other out, but certainly, there wouldn't be enough room for both of them to qualify. I thought that Hungary would have a little bit more of a general appeal overall to qualify over Slovenia, so I put them in my prediction and not Slovenia. I was wrong, clearly. But that being said, it should have qualified in my view. It should have qualified, and it is sad. It just didn't click with people, and I did point out previously, maybe the staging didn't help it much. Which German city would you choose to live? I'm from Germany, that's why I'm asking, he said. Well, my family lives in central northern Germany, but I wouldn't move there. I would move to the south. I would move to the Munich area potentially, or even closer to the French border, something like that. That would be my dream. Matt, which country in Europe do you see yourself living in outside of Germany? I'd be open to many countries. I'd love to live in France. I love the Netherlands, Austria. Those come to mind. Those are probably my top 3 right now. Leonora is so cute. Like, you know, people saying she has kind of this creepy stare to some, but in this performance at the very end, she had that cutest smile ever. That seemed so genuine, and I wish she would use that more because that's very, very likable. Ooh, Sabrina, man, I have uncomfortable question. Who is your biggest grower and biggest disappointment? My biggest grower is Serbia, and San Marino, biggest disappointment. I will say San Marino is my biggest disappointment as well. It was my guilty pleasure for sure. I was not quite as impressed with the live performance, so I would definitely go with that. I always had Serbia on my radar, so I don't necessarily feel as this is my biggest grower. I want to say Switzerland. Wasn't a big fan of it at first, but he really won me over live, so I think that is the one I would pick, closely followed by Austria. So here's John Lundvik performing also for the very last time. And with Sweden, it's a very sad situation for me. It shows that I'm probably the worst Eurovision fan there is, because I travel all the time. I love Too Late for Love. I love John Lundvik. I want this song to do well, and I would be thrilled if this were to win. I don't want it to win because I'm not ready to go back to Sweden yet. There's nothing against the country. I love going to Sweden, but I've been there already twice for Eurovision. Isn't that terrible? That's not a reason to root against a song. So I'm not rooting against it. So I'm trying to be as objective as possible. Good luck, John Lundvik. If you win, I'll be happy for you. I'm just gonna go back to Sweden. Sorry, that song just is so uplifting. Like, I'm so tired, exhausted, but it comes on, and all my dragginess is gone. Fantastic. So do you think they should offer Maruf the option to be in Evalect? Well, it's too late for that, no. That's not going to happen. Would have been a nice gesture, I guess. But that would have been a cool idea, actually, not thinking about it. Ugh. But a Swedish win, us Americans can also claim. There you're right, Lily, that's true. It's a partial American victory, huh? That's funny. Tara Willis says, Iceland has never won. Would be awesome to go to Iceland for Eurovision Plus. Hatari rocks. Yes, I am all Team Hatari at this point. It's high up in my ranking, let's put it that way. And it would just really give like the middle finger to some of these over-the-top critics, and that there's room for any kind of music at Eurovision. And that would be a great thing. Yes, I know a lot of people would then say, oh, look at all the crazy music that Eurovision puts forward. They can't be serious, blah, blah, blah. But you don't listen to those people. But I would be thrilled. Is it? Yeah. All right, so this is Sweden. Moving on to Austria. Austria, as I pointed out, you know, in the studio version, I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay, it's fine. Don't hate it. It just doesn't move me as much. But she really touches me live. She sings it well, and it's beautifully staged. And I took a big risk in my predictions and said that she is going to qualify. She's going to go big with the juries. I just feel it. It just screams like something that your juries would like. So we shall see. God2 says, I blame Jamala for Poland, Hungary, and Portugal not qualifying. I don't know why, but I blame Jamala. She asked too much uncomfortable questions. You know, we just blame her because, you know, they're not taking part in Ukraine, so they won't know. Here we go. So Eloy saying, "Hey Matt, don't you feel tired being live streaming all the shows? Do you usually have time to enjoy for yourself to enjoy?" No and no. I never get tired of doing this. It's fun, and it's fun. Yes, is it sometimes exhausting? Sure, but it's 2 times a day. And keep in mind, I only got here like around 3 o'clock this afternoon. I've been out and about since 10. So I met friends, we had lunch, I saw a few things, so it's all good. Plus, I have time after Eurovision as well to see things. I'm here for Eurovision, and I put in time for other things in between as well. So, no, hopefully that answers the question. Oh, I blame Jamala for Matt being on his own. Well, I'm blaming Jamala for running out of water. Let's just blame her for everything. So in case you're just joining, this is Austria rehearsing for the 3rd and final time before tonight's big show. This is after her. We're at the halfway point. So 9 songs down, then 9 more to go. But there is more to go, right? We're going to watch the Inabel act, and we're going to have the fake results at the very end. So don't go anywhere. So, Sean, Elise, have you had a chance to meet Duncan from the Netherlands? No, I tried, but her manager wouldn't have it. I'm like, okay. Bummer. They were just busy, I guess. And I'm not important enough. They're the big networks, all of that stuff, that get interviews, and good job. Oh, Daniel Corsten, thank you so much. Why Michael Rice instead of Katy Perry, for example? Why Michael Rice instead of Katy Perry? Michael Rice example for what? Forgive me, Daniel. I'm not sure if I understand your question. If you could clarify, I would definitely be happy to answer it. But why Michael Rice instead of Katy Perry, for example? Somebody else understand? I'm so sorry. Hey Matt, are you live streaming tonight during the live show? Not during the show, but we will have a pre-show and a post-show afterwards. So we will be having a couple more live streams. We just want you to watch the show, and then we'll come back. How does that sound? And I see a bunch of questions asked. Make sure you do add ESC United so I can see them. Matt, what's on your mind? I know, that's the Freudian slip there, huh? This live stream is probably going to be censored a lot by YouTube for advertising for live sex live show. So as you see, Croatia is rehearsing. I didn't interview Roko, Fernando did, and he said that was one of his favorite interviews ever. They thought, thank you, that he was one of the sweetest guys there ever to interview, and that's a nice thing to hear. Because, you know, you can separate your personal liking for a song and still appreciate an artist for what they are and who they are. And that's how I feel about him. Roko seems very likable and just a really good, I don't want to call him a kid because he's already an adult, legally, young man. And that's just wonderful. Forgive me. All right. So, Matt, do you know why the Netherlands is rising so fast now with the bookies? They have a 38 chance. It's people. Now that we have most of the songs and saw the staging, people just put money down. But keep in mind, it's just money talking. Money doesn't necessarily just mean facts. It's just what people feel comfortable putting money down. They probably just heard about the jury show and thought it was good. There's no other reason for anything else that you could really use to explain this. And money doesn't really, say everything. Thank you, Cristiano Uno. I have been following your live streams, and it has been my only source of information since I'm in Japan. So I just wanted to say thank you for all your hard work. I really appreciate it. And it's comments like these that, I know I'm so emotional today, but it means a world to me. So I'll continue my work, and thank you for your support. Thank you very much. I guess after all these weeks here, this has probably been my favorite Eurovision so far. Oh, definitely high up there in my ranking at least. And it's because of the people I've met here, our readers who approach me at the parties, at the clubs, in the village and all of that stuff, who just really gave me so much support, and it's just most overwhelming feeling. Thanks again. Irene Petrilli, thank you. Italy always sends quality. Why we never win? You will. It just seems as you've never found the right mix. Songs that are liked equally by juries and televoters. Either the juries like it or the televoters, not both equally. But you will win. And keep in mind, you only returned, if you think about it, in 2011. Some countries wait way longer than that to win. You will win, your time will come. Could be potentially this year. But even if it's not this year, you're one of the most well-liked countries in Eurovision, if not the most liked country. And everyone is rooting for you. And your songs are almost every year fantastic. So it'll happen, trust me. So there's Malta, and let me just say, she was very wooden initially, right? And with her staging, her jury show yesterday to me was amazing. She had attitude, she was cute, but still herself, but opening up, letting us in a little bit. Like she found herself and her confidence, and it's very likable. I thought she has a really good shot at the top 5, actually. The only thing she needs to work on is a little bit her vocals. I mean, she can sing, but there's sometimes where she loses focus vocally. So as long as she has that under control, she'll do fine. Next question, Ingvar Kamprad. So you don't answer my question because I told you to upgrade your camera yesterday? What do you think about Linda? I don't even know what you're talking about. I didn't even see your comment. Like, I respond to every comment. I don't ignore anybody if I can answer it. But thanks for the advice. I cannot watch videos right now. So if you send links, I will not be able to watch them because I'm busy. Come on, Chameleon. I don't know what 1,000 yuan is. It's not... I should have looked that up. I don't know how much that is, the Soli Alice, but I don't think it's that much. It's always difficult for me to convert it. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I just appreciate it. All right. So are the backing vocals live in Eurovision? Can you clarify? Yes, Ninja Jam, it's a rule at Eurovision. All vocals have to be live. They cannot be pre-recorded. So what you hear is live. You're classy and we love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What do you think about Malta advertising with their song on YouTube and other sites with text vote like vote for Malta? You know, I'm coming from a very capitalistic country, United States, so it's kind of your right and freedom to do that, I guess. But I understand when it comes to competition that maybe this should be not allowed. At the same time, you see other countries that do promotion differently, not like for advertisement in that way, but just doing video to like, hey, diaspora, please vote for me. Or there was this video that Azerbaijan did for Malta. Hey, please vote for Malta. I don't like any of that stuff. And I wish we could get rid of it. But, you know, I don't have the power. Here we go. This is Lithuania. I said earlier, not my kind of song, not my kind of staging. So it kind of goes right past me. However, I'm not an idiot. At least I don't think I am. I know that Lithuania is in the running to qualify. Absolutely. I do think that, I mean, it's going to get a good amount of televote, right? Ireland, United Kingdom, Latvia, Norway, these countries, they will vote for Lithuania. They're always, the diaspora alone. And I'm saying it's going to be just enough to make it through. But I do see appeal for just the average viewer having a radio-friendly song. Or it may be just forgotten, just like I don't really gravitate towards it, but I'm not counting it out. Oh, hi Matt, Daniel Corson here again to clarify my question. Why did UK send Michael Rice instead of a world-famous person like Michael Rice? Why? Oh, you mean why did the UK send Michael Rice instead of a world-famous person like Katy Perry, I think you mean, right? Because you mentioned Katy Perry. Well, Katy Perry is British. It's American, I meant. So they wouldn't send her, but there are plenty of other artists, famous British artists they could send. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they will, and there's more to lose for established artists going to Eurovision. If you say Adele, and then she finishes third to last, that would be a big controversy and probably would hurt her reputation and career more than anything. So they'd have nothing to gain unless they basically win. So Eurovision is not necessarily the best platform for really established artists in like the UK. In other countries, smaller countries, that may be a different story. But in the UK, just not a thing. And I understand why. That business can be hard, man. So what we can tell you already, as you listen to the show, is that it is a very smooth transition here. There have been no system hiccups, and that is exactly what we're looking for. Hopefully it'll continue that way. I know, I listened to some of the clips on YouTube from the semifinal one. The sound quality was bad. It was pretty bad. I hope they're gonna fix it for the second semifinal. It sounds fine in here though, like when we listened to it on Tuesday, an hour here in the arena, we had great sound. So that was a very big shock to hear. Matt, missed the super chat. Oh, I did miss the super chat? I missed it. Let me see here. Oh, I did miss it. I'm so sorry, RLK, because this one doesn't stick. You know, I think the big ones stick to, like 5 more stick to the top, so sometimes I miss them. And if I do, just call me out on it. How do you think Slovenia will do in the final? This is a very honest answer. I don't know. And that, I mean, is, to me, out of all the songs so far, Slovenia seems to be the wild card of them all. So I could see them doing really well, potentially entering the top 10, or just being really far at the bottom. I just have no idea how the juries respond to it. Did they like it or not? So I will say anything from 7th to 24th place is possible for them. I know that's a very wide range and doesn't give you a good answer, but it's genuinely, I don't know. Hi, Matt. I've been watching you and your team every day since the rehearsal started. I've seen you more than I did my partner. Sorry, Rob. That's ought to change, though. So we're almost done with Eurovision. You can focus on your partner again. But I really appreciate you sticking around here. Glad we can keep you entertained. So this is the last break. Before, we performed 6 more times. So we got 6 more songs coming up after this.
Good. Congratulations on your performance.
So get ready for it. Raymond Constantine is saying, did Malta bring back the LED screens? Yes, they did. They didn't have it for the second run through in rehearsals, but they had it for the jury show. So I was stoked, and it is so much better.
So basically, in this year, you're competing against yourself.
So once again, these people here right now, they are not in the artists are not in the green room. These are all just stand-in people pretending to be the act, basically. Because everyone performing, they just need to do their thing and leave and be done with it, rest their voice, get ready for tonight's show. And they want to get through the show so that everyone that's waiting outside right now at the arena can get inside as well. It's going to be a busy, busy day. I would love to, by the way, show up at the entrance to for those who are going, but it is so far away from everything. Like, it takes me 15 minutes probably just to walk there. And then 15 minutes to go back, so takes a little long. So now that they're done with the interview, we have Asi again doing a quick talk there. Effective, just to the point, very nice flow, very effective. And now we're moving on and listen to the remaining songs. And then keep in mind, even after this, we still have the interval act, and then, of course, the fake voting. Lynn 444 says, now what's your opinion on the Netherlands now that you've seen the jury final? Nothing will change about my opinion about the Netherlands. Doesn't matter if he sings in a pajamas laying in bed. The song is fantastic. Duncan is doing a fantastic job. So I am fine with it. I can point out, yes, the light in itself with the lamp coming down, going back up, doesn't really do it for me, the trick, but it's irrelevant to me. It's just a tiny little minor thing. The song stands on its own. It's fantastic. It's amazing. Oh gosh, shall we go into the Netherlands? Awesome. Yeah, as you can see, it is Russia's turn. So Russia is getting ready to rehearse for a last time. And he has one of the bigger notes, and I expect him to actually hold back on it because you don't want to mess up his voice right now. What do you think about the staging from the Netherlands? Does it fit the song? I do think that the colors and the theme of the song very much suits the song. I said in my previous videos that I think I would have preferred him not to sit behind the piano because it feels a little bit enclosed and we can't really get to him, but it's something that he clearly felt more comfortable doing, performing behind the piano, and I'm okay with it. These are just, thoughts that I had. Once again, the song itself is just strong enough to do well regardless. Oh, Katerina Ricciardi, thank you so much for your support. Just want to say thank you to your team for your amazing work. You always make my summer exam writing periods a lot more interesting. Cheers from Denmark. Well, cheers right back to Denmark as well. Thanks again for your support. I really appreciate it. And your kind words on top of that. Okay, there's a really weird light that was hitting Sergey's box as he was standing in there. Good thing this is just a rehearsal. They can't even, you won't see. The song obviously is a little bit more polarizing. A lot of people find it boring. If you know anything about my personal taste, I love this song. I love the theatrical dramatic songs quite a bit, which is why I also love Israel. But I know this is, if you don't like one of them, you don't like the other one either, probably. But I'm just being honest. And innocent. You mentioned putting 20 hours a week into ESC year-round or only in season, Stefan is asking. Mostly all season. It's sometimes there are times where I put a little less in, especially like, I want to say between July and September, something like that. So he definitely sang that out differently right now. Between for 2 months, it's maybe a little less, but there's still a lot of work into it. Keep in mind, it's not just the YouTube channel. People think I'm just doing a video and that's it. I'm running a website, I'm running a forum, I'm doing a lot of stuff. So it's probably at least 15 hours a week, even on the slower months. I see a few comments you're saying, Matt, why aren't you answering me? Put at ES United so I know you're talking to me and not just doing general chit-chat in the room. And then I'll do my best to get to them where I can. If I don't respond right away, repost them 2 minutes later or so, 3 minutes, and I'll do my best. I guess some contestants have backing vocalists off stage. Can you see a special place for backing vocalists near the stage if they aren't on stage? Thanks, Matt. We usually can see them somewhere in a box to the side. I was in the arena before, but I didn't notice them. But honestly, I wasn't looking for them. I can only refer to last year in Lisbon. They were to the right of the stage in a little mini room that you can kind of look into. So I assume it's something similar here. I'll ask someone who's going to go in tomorrow. Or ask the team, maybe they've seen it already when they get here. So here's Albania. Jonida always sings so wonderful, and I know that a lot of fans of the Albanian song or Albanians get mad at me because I once again didn't put Albania in my top 10 prediction, even though she's probably in my top 10 of the semi anyway, personal top 10. I'm just so worried that songs like this often do not do well at Eurovision. And that is my fear. But if she qualifies, I would be over the moon. Keep that in mind. All right. ESC Shane says, hey Matt, what do you think about Conan mocking San Marino Serhat for qualifying over him by saying, say na na na, bitch? And dropping the mic angrily at Wee Wee Jam last night. Did that happen? Did that really happen? I did not know that. Oh my god. I feel so horrible right now. I walked past one of the wee guys earlier and saying, hey, how went everything yesterday? And he said, great. And I'm like being silly. Any drama, you know? And he's like, nope, no drama. I hope he didn't think I was patronizing him. Oh, jeez. I had no idea that happened. Oh, dear. Oh, I'm sorry that happened. Gotta talk to them. Like, I really didn't mean to do a jab at them. All right. Jonida always sounds good. Okay. Okay, so you're saying he wasn't angry. I think it was a joke. Oh, okay. Then it's okay. I thought I was really an awkward moment. I'm glad to hear that this wasn't just a joke. Because I thought he was serious. Whew, then I feel a little better. So now we're moving on to Norway. One of the big party songs, a fan favorite for sure, Kaino. Looking forward, I always have so much fun listening to this, and they did so much promotion, it's so much fun in this process, so hopefully it's not over for them yet. Really want them to go through. I don't think that's what was going on. Conan yelled bitch a lot part in his personality. I'm the way too. I think it was a joke and people don't get jokes a lot. Okay, that's fair. Alright. Where the wind is blow. I just have to sing along with that song. Again, questions that you have. This is mostly just a Q&A show at ESC United. I'll do the best I can to answer them. A good amount of them coming in, so I'm not ignoring you. I promise. It's just, I can only answer so many. Matt, what do you think of Cyprus stage performance? Now, I said it before, I wish it would be a little lighter. That being said, the song just is so good live. The horns are just everything, and I enjoy it. There's a reason why I qualified and get so many views. It's just a really good modern song, and people were like, ooh, could this be the surprise non-qualify? I'm like, who is crazy like that and would think that? It's too good. Alright. Is there a backup plan in case Kate Miller loses grip of the microphone and it falls early in her performance? You know what? It is so funny that you point that out because I said the exact same thing. What if it falls out of her hand as she swings? So I'm just as clueless as you are. It's just something we never had to deal with because we never had a singer being put up on a stick over 7 meters high up in the air. So we'll see how that goes, but I don't have an answer for that. Okay, Stefan asking, which was the first contest you attended? How many in total? The first one, so forgive me those who've been here more frequently and you hear my repeating stories, but they keep asking them and I'm happy to give a response. The first, so in 2009, I was telling my family here in America, if Germany ever wins Eurovision in my lifetime, because it never happened before in my lifetime, that I would then actually go, right? And I was like thinking like, yeah, when that ever happens. And then sure enough, the next year we won. And I'm like, oh my God, I actually have to go. So that was the first time. I love Snusmiken. At least she don't have to worry about stage invaders grabbing her mic. I think that was probably her biggest fear. That's why she did that. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to get a Cereso to put me really high up somewhere. Unless you have a really, really clever stage invader who can actually climb well as well. But that would be actually quite interesting. Are you excited for the jet lag, LR? I don't have many problems with jet lag actually. So when I came here, little problem. I slept once and I was good. I've been doing this for too many times that it doesn't affect me as much. Yeah, a little bit here and there, you know, but nothing that can be fixed. I work from home for the most part these days, so that I can just, you know, get up a little later or earlier than usual. The Netherlands. We all gotta be quiet. It's every time the Netherlands rehearses, everyone shuts up. Oh, it's so pretty. Shut up. I didn't even want to talk during that song. Are they carrying Kate on that stick, or does she get in on the stage? She gets on that stick and the dancers as well before they get on stage, and they roll them on there as they're actually all the way up there already. So that saves a lot of time. Just getting them back out takes a little more time consuming. Tell us about the lamp, Matt. The lamp doesn't come down until later on. We see it all the way up in the air now, actually. Now it's coming down, but it's really high up, and you don't really see it in the close shots. Only in the wide shots is where you can see the ball. Now it's coming down. Now you can see it in that shot as well. Now the ball is right there above the piano, super close to him, and he's looking at the light as the camera pans around it. That's just so beautiful. All right. So people are asking potential winners in your opinion. We will do our predictions video soon for the grand final. I'm hesitant to say yet which ones because, you know, I'm not sure. We don't know all the finalists yet. But obviously this one is a contender. It's the one to beat. All right. See, it's a song that gets just so much applause by everyone, not just the Dutch, by a lot of other people around here. It's just very, very telling. But let's wait and see, because now it's North Macedonia's turn. Oh, there are North Macedonia fans over there as well. Did that change something in the staging, Rose? Mary is asking. Nope. I mean, if that changed anything, it would be very insignificant, like a random camera cut or something like that. But it looks basically the same. Bum, bum, bum. What is the line you used in your Netherlands reaction video about you don't have a heart if you don't like the Netherlands or something like that? I don't remember what I said. That was like my first initial reaction, and of course I'm being facetious. Yeah, of course, if you don't connect with the song, you don't. But I guess I said something like that. Yeah, just like, you know, you must be dead on the inside or something silly. But of course I'm being dramatic there. Okay, hi Matt. Rumors are saying that Madonna will perform in the grand final. Are there any updates about it? She signed the contract, that's what we're hearing. But then there's back and forth about it, saying that there's some security concerns, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's going to happen. It would be very difficult and weird to remove her now. Okay, a little bit more chocolate here. Again, I don't necessarily eat in front of the camera, but since I'm alone, somebody got to do it. This song doesn't do anything to you emotionally. You must be dead on the inside. Gosh, that sounds harsh now when you read it out like that. But again, keep in mind, this is initial reaction video, and I was so moved at that moment. I was like, how can you not be moved by that song? Of course, I didn't mean it like that. I should have re-recorded my reaction. But then it's no longer a reaction video. Can we see North Macedonia in the finals for the first time in 7 years? What a great comeback story for Tamara. TikTok hamster wheel is saying, do you think this extra hassle with Madonna is putting the EBU off of getting big performers again? I hope so. I don't want all these big performers at Eurovision if there's no relations to Eurovision. I said that earlier. Celine Dion would make sense because she won it, right? Olivia Newton-John would make sense because she represented the UK. You get what I'm saying. But Zero Connection is stupid. And there are other big names out there who are less problematic. I understand there's always negotiations and yada, yada, yada. But, come on. Hi, do you think France will come last in the final because France drifts at the odds? Thomas, I don't think France will come last. I did say initially that France was maybe getting a little bit overhyped with the staging when they were third in the betting odds. I'm like, let's all relax for a moment. It's not going to be that high. But I don't think it's going to come last. So this is the last song that's going to rehearse from the semi-finalists, which is Azerbaijan, Chingiz. And then we're going to have the fake voting. Then we can listen to the interval act again. And then we're going to have the fake voting. We're going to just chat for a little longer about Eurovision, because that's what we do here. I appreciate you hanging out with me here. And because, you know, it's going to be over soon. And we want to get as much Eurovision into this as humanly possible. Okay, so as you can see, we had an issue with the microphone here. We didn't hear him right away. Good thing this is a rehearsal. Aline is asking, what is your favorite ESA song ever? I don't have a favorite. I could barely do one per year. Maybe I can try a favorite winner by decade. But if you ask me to take all these 65 winners, so it's not 65, 63 winners so far, and pick one, it's not fair. You cannot compare a winner from 1965 with a winner from 2018. It's just not fair, and a fair comparison. I have a big appreciation for the older songs. So that may be a little unfair as well. Yes, United, your reaction of Duncan was shown on Dutch TV. It's amazing. I heard about that actually. So I also heard that Duncan saw it. So that's flattering. It was honest. You know, it happened before where I recorded something and then the sound wasn't right, and I was like, maybe I should re-record it, but wait, then it's no longer an initial reaction, because the second time I would listen to it, it would no longer be a genuine, it would be a played reaction, and I don't want to be that person. Can you listen to these songs when the contest is over, Eric Jansen is saying? I usually take a break. Like, people keep asking the question a lot in the chat about, aren't you tired listening to these songs over and over again in rehearsals? Like, no, not really. But I do take a break after Eurovision, listening to them. And then I'll just delve into the analytical aspect of Eurovision. I love the results and breaking it out and doing some a little bit more analysis, like age group, by gender, by location, all of that stuff. So yeah, I do stop listening to them for a while. But then when Eurovision season comes around again, I haven't really listened to a whole lot of 2018 songs this year either, because I was kind of like, okay, I'm done. So it may happen again with 2019 as well, in 2020. Oh, you're right, yeah, actually 66 winners if you think about 1969. I didn't even think of that. Okay, thanks for your answer. What would be your favorite song from the last 10 to 15 years? Okay, let me go back to the last 10 years. 2014 and 2017, probably my highest, followed by 2018. Oh, and 2010. Love 2010 too. What's the UK's chance this year, realistically? Is the left-hand side of the sport possible? Do you think this year's election makes that impossible? Martin Higgins, realistically, I think, I'm just being realistic. I can be wrong. I do think the best case scenario for Michael Rice is a Lucy Jones repeat. I just don't see Michael's song going really big with the televoters, but this could be a potential top 10 with the juries. And that could help being at least somewhere around 17th place, maybe. Again, I could be wrong, it has more of an appeal to the televoters, but just knowing the style and I just don't see it happening. But I think that is what I'm thinking. So I don't think it's going to be on the left side of the scoreboard. Okay, so now, as you can hear, the performances are over, and now we're doing the fake voting. So, meaning this is where the voting starts, where people can call in, fake calling. So you all get to fake vote now. Let me know who you're fake voting for. What do you think about... Don't scare me like that. Question that just... Okay, someone asked a question, it scrolled, I couldn't find it anymore, so I'm going to the next one, sorry. What was the biggest funny error you saw at Eurovision over the years? Okay, this will probably where my German side comes into play, because we all have a little bit of Schadenfreude in our blood, meaning, you know, laughing at the misfortune of others. And I think the ones where... In 2016, when Sergey Lazarev during the rehearsals fell off his wall, he didn't hurt himself, so then it was funny to me. So that kind of giggled. I giggled about that. But you know, that's not nice for people falling at me laughing. But he didn't get hurt. So that was funny. I'm trying to think what else was funny. That's about it. I can't even think of anything funny right now. She goes solo. This song just stands out so much. Gosh, if just the lyrics were better. Has Romania performed? If so, how do you think she did? Yes, they all have performed, at least all the semifinalists. We're still not doing the rest of the show right now. I think she did fine. She's very consistent. She's vocally consistent, and she's ready. If you're a fan of the song, you should be fine and pleased with the performance. Didn't matter performance anyway, because it was just purely a rehearsal, but yeah. Okay. Do you think that Maruf could ever be in Eurovision? Because I really want her to be back. Now, the whole Ukraine national final situation left probably a bitter aftertaste in Maruf's mouth. So, I don't know if she would actually do it. Maybe she will, but those requirements that are put in contract, she will not agree to them. So I don't think it's going to happen, but maybe she'll prove us all wrong. Okay. Do you think it's bad to performing in the first half? Quafkos SKTR is asking. I wouldn't use the term bad. Keep in mind, Salvador had an overwhelming victory performing from the first half. Granted, he was in the end of the first half, but same goes for this Manzelmalo. And some others, Conchita Wurst. But I think it's the earlier to perform, the worse it gets. So if you can avoid the first 7 or 8, statistically, you should be much better in a position. So if you like 9th and after, it's way better. And even then, you can still win. You just, statistically, it seems less likely with the televoters. But it can still happen. Imre Ziv was a great example in 2017, I had to think there. He was 3rd in the semis, going last in the semis, and then dropped to like 3rd to last, I think, in the finals, going 1st. And I want to give a shout out to someone. I don't want to give out the name because, I don't have their permission. For your support from Israel, sending me a PayPal donation, which I really, really appreciate. Thanks for doing that. It is much appreciated. All your super chats and donations on PayPal really help ES United keep going because, it's not an easy venture coming from the United States here. And it is a part-time job. We completely rely on donations, so thank you. I was actually also approached by MyHeritage previously and to see if we want a collaboration, but I felt as there were too many people, I didn't want to kind of model my content to suit their needs and potentially not do what I want to do and sacrifice the content that I want to put out there to appease to them. So I don't like these kind of sponsorships, so I didn't do it. And in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't because it's like everyone is doing it. So, Do you think that North Macedonia will suffer the same fate as Iceland 2016 because both performed after Russia in the semis and both had similarities to Russia staging? No, I think this is just a pure coincidence. I don't necessarily think too much into it. I know we're always all fearful of it, but I do think that Iceland didn't even appeal to the juries. And I think tomorrow will appeal to the juries way more. Shut up about it. So now we get the Inavalak team band. I forgot the name. Shabat, whatever the name was. They're gonna be the Inavalak. They're going to perform as well. And then we're gonna get a little bit of a magic trick by a famous magician, apparently. And then it's time for the fake results. And keep in mind, once the show is over, we're still around. We're just gonna do some work here. I'm gonna be interviewed by Icelandic media later on, due to the incidents I described earlier. And then we're gonna be here for the pre-show first. The pre-show for semifinal 1, starting at 8 p.m. Central European time. We put up a link soon for that, so make sure to be here for that so we can go over it. You can ask your questions about the show, and then we will also be back after the show. So be there for that. We're going to do a post-show, discuss the results, the show in general, and once again, hopefully answer some of your questions. Team Shalva. That wasn't not Shabat. Here we go. Is you the only warrior at the moment? Because yes, I am the only warrior right now. I gave the team the afternoon and early evening off so they can do some sightseeing and all of that stuff. That's one of the downsides of being the boss. You gotta suck it up and be here. But that is okay. I love doing it. But they'll be back tonight for the semifinal show, so no need to worry. I got my suit on. Nord B. Vegan says, what incident with Iceland, Matt? I talked about it earlier in my video, but that one reporter, commentator asking what many perceived inappropriate question asking me during a live stream yesterday, and really outraged the Icelandic folks with the way she described Iceland as a freak show. And they wanted me to be interviewed to share my thoughts because it really upset the Icelandic people. I'm like, people talk about me in Iceland. So weird. Ross Barber Smith. Oh, your question is moving fast. Thanks so much for all your coverage this year, Matt, and the rest of the team. I don't think the UK has a chance of winning, but do you think we could get a decent result? I said earlier, I think it could be a Lucy Jones kind of outcome. That is probably what I could see at this point. But the beauty about Eurovision is it is so unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. He said, I watched. You gave the Great Miss Universe answer. Well, I did, in that sense that I thought it was a language barrier with the Icelandic person, that she didn't know what she was saying, but as it turns out, apparently she did. What do you think about the hate Israel gets because they won? Winner, winner, chicken dinner sponsored by KFC. I knew that when Israel wins, that they would get some heat. It's unfortunate because I tried to be as apolitical as humanly possible. If you're only referring to the song, it won fair and square the televote. So people get upset if they don't like a song. There are songs that have won that I don't like, that I'm not going to throw a temper tantrum. I didn't care for Heroes. You didn't see me roll around on the floor and crying. I didn't like Only Teardrops. You didn't see me like throw a fit here in the room and call out people being stupid and calling this an shite song. But, that's just me. I respect people's taste, and if they don't match mine, then I'll just want to listen to the song. It's so weird sometimes how people get so invested in this. I'm invested too, but it just becomes, in certain points, especially online, quite toxic. And we get the comments here as well, right? Really mean-spirited comments and all of that stuff. But, I try to stay away from it as much as possible, and you just need to have a thick skin sometimes. Okay, why do you think people have a problem with Madonna performing this year because she has nothing to do with Eurovision, but no one had a problem with Justin Timberlake in 2016? Odhan, that is not quite accurate. A lot of people were not happy with it. There was a lot of chatter about why is he here? That makes no sense. And he was also announced fairly late into the game, like first week of rehearsals. And we were all like, why? Why? So it was like, oh, it's the US joining us now. He has no connection to Eurovision. I thought it was stupid, and a lot of people had the same kind of concern. So no, it's not just Madonna. The same thing happened about Justin Timberlake. I was there. I was in the press. I listened to the fans. There was a lot of, concern and negativity towards that as well. It's not exclusively Madonna. Okay, now we're doing another run in the green room. So they're now testing they're going to do a little magic trick with apparently some famous magician, I guess, in Israel. And now they're rehearsing that as well. I lost faith in the community after the hate that was dumped on France after the first rehearsal. Thank God people spoke up for it. We need to speak less with hate in our mouth. Yeah, there will always be that kind of stuff, and you kind of get a little bit more like, not immune to it, but you certainly expect it at some points, right? And and that was wonderful because there were certain people in the press room who started laughing at the dancer, the ballet dancer. That was less, ordinary to like what we expect a ballet dancer would look like, and they started laughing, and I think that's why the applause was especially loud to overshadow that negativity, and that I think should happen and will always happen. Maybe I'm just a helpless optimist, but I believe that. So this is the dumbest trick ever. No one's going to fall for it. So they use the exact same country announcement. So he's doing the trick that 4 artists supposed to pick one random country and write it down on their sign. And then he reveals a poster with all the names, and it's absolutely the same countries that he has picked. It is so dumb. So like write Germany, Italy, Australia, and Finland. Those were the 4 countries that will be picked tomorrow, and he then will magically pick those countries. It was clearly chosen up front. So it's not a real magic trick. It's too obvious. Ooh, I'm dropping all my chocolate. Oopsie. So here you go. Now we get another recap, and then we get a little video of Eurovision mashup music. Then at some point, then the voting will close. Then we'll get like a quick recap of the 3 countries that are voting in this final that are already pre-qualified: United Kingdom, Germany, and who am I missing? Italy. And then we get the fake results. Do you happen to know if countries can choose which piece of the song is shown during the recap? Yes. It's up to the delegation to pick the piece. So that is not just up to the producers, but they need to decide on that early. So they can't just change it now if they no longer like it. Whoops. Song makes me so happy. Okay, so next questions. Tamansky, how was Duncan? Really big response in the press center. People really liked it. He was fantastic. Why do you think Albania will not qualify? Think they will make it. Maybe Vikersund. It's just really me preparing myself for the worst case scenario because I wanted to qualify, and I keep telling myself it's not going to qualify, so I won't be as disappointed when it doesn't go through. But if it goes through, trust me, I will jump out of excitement for sure. So don't misunderstand my predictions with taste. Very, very different. So, Lena K, what are you eating? Forgive me for eating. I usually don't, but I need to have a little bit of sugar in my blood. They give that out for free, digestive nibbles. There's some chocolate balls, bites, biscuit balls. That's what they're called. I'm not going to eat a full sandwich, though. And once again, in case you just joined in at a later point, this is the live stream of the third and final dress rehearsal of semifinal 2. Tonight is the big show. I'm sure you're all very well aware of that. Starting at 9 p.m. Central European Time, we will have a live stream, a pre-show starting at 8 p.m. Central European Time, so an hour before that. Discuss the show, our thoughts, and answer your questions. And then, of course, we have to have another one right after the results, because there's so much to talk about, right? Can't believe in a few hours we have the 26 finalists already. It goes so fast. It's clear that you're not British. Those McVitie's would have been gone in seconds. Well, they're quite addictive, I must say. And they're free. They gave us all these for free. So I'm like, yes, I like free food. It tastes even better. Show them. Okay. You have to eat. I asked what happens if you want to go to the toilet now. Oh. I don't have to, so I'm okay. I'll be fine. If I had to, I would just have to go. And I would just end the stream early, I guess. But I don't have to. I'm good. Have any artists visited the press room center this year? I remember last year Elena did. Yes, we had several here. We had Anna from Moldova. We had Tamta from Cyprus here. And I think it was yesterday where Tamara from North Macedonia was here. And that I felt so bad. So it was the afternoon show, the first dress rehearsal. And I just turned off my live stream. Literally, just turned it off. And that's when the head of press walked up to me and was like, hey, can she join you for a few minutes in front of the camera? I'm like, no, I just turned it off. I feel so bad. She wanted to be in front of the camera with ESU United, and I feel horrible. So there's the countdown that's happening, meaning the fake voting has closed. Now we get a few minutes to count the votes, and then we'll get the fake results. So that's always the fun part.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the winner of the Eurovision Song Contest 2015 once.
Next question. Why are the presenters so annoying? They get worse every year. The blonde girl, haven't even seen any edition. Why? I don't find them that annoying. I've seen way worse hosts. I find them just, they carry the show effectively. And I don't have any issues with them. I guess it comes down to personality. Certain personalities rub you the wrong way and you don't even know why. Maybe that's the case, but I don't have an issue with that.
It's not secret, but it's going to be exciting. Okay, so we're looking forward to see you here on this stage Saturday night.
Matt, I'm gonna miss you after Eurovision. You're so nice. Just thank you, Anna Maria. I'm trying, but as soon as the camera turns off, the real Matt comes out. No, I'm always like that. Unless I'm tired or hungry. I get hangry. Mixed between hungry and angry, hangry. For sure. But usually that doesn't happen a whole lot. What were the worst hosts? Someone's asking. In recent years, let's go back. I was not a big fan of last year's hosts, actually, in Lisbon. They were fine, just nothing too impressive. 2015 was bad. 2015 was really bad, the hosts. Sorry. 2014, those 2012 Azerbaijan wasn't good either. So those were the ones I was not really feeling it. So now they're doing more interviews, but the interviews wouldn't matter now anyway because voting has closed already anyway. Alright, so now we just have the two male hosts on stage and just reading their script, mostly just giving us information that we need. We're going to watch now 63 year of Eurovision with their own little mashup of the music and a few cool clips. So if you have an appreciation for the old days of Eurovision, mixing it all together, this is a really cool clip. I enjoy it. Reverse question, who was the best host? I love Petra. I know that's a very common answer. Not everyone, of course, is into it, but I thought she was hilarious. Oh, they're fast-forwarding through the clip right now, so we don't have to listen to the whole thing. That's nice. I liked in 2011, I liked Engelke, specifically her. She was the best part of that one. I thought she was really good. Those come to mind recently. They were good. Mostly the hosts are just okay for me. So, but those were definitely standing out to me. They were really good. So now they jumped ahead quite a bit with these clips. So we don't have to watch the whole video. So we're just gonna be done with it. So they want to get the people in the arena out and the next group of people in. Because for the big jury show, there are a lot of people already there.
This video was produced by
That was insane. Watching that video, it makes you think.
Speaking of hosts, how do you feel about a host objectifying Miki's body? Imagine it was a woman contestant. Veronica, I love that you pointed that out. Because I was sitting there, I mean, I know that that was agreed upon, right? They didn't do that without Miki's consent. So it's maybe not quite as bad, but it is true. Let's just say they would use a picture like that of Tamta, like, look at you, Tamta, right? It would feel a little weird and people would be turned off by it, but if it's a guy, maybe not. It's his choice, so I'm not going to be mad about that. But I get your point about that. But I'm very much against objectifying things. I'm not playing this politically correct thing. It just seems a big thing in Eurovision. Like, who's the hottest guy? Who is the hottest girl? Da 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 da. I'm like, oh my God, who is gay? Who is straight? I'm like, why do we care? Why do people care? If Australia were to win, who do you think they would ask to host Eurovision for them? They cannot ask someone, it's my understanding. They will have to go through properly the EBU, and the EBU will decide. But they will probably work together in tandem to figure out who to host. But they'll have to go through a bidding process. You know, which country has offers, so they're going to throw all the offers forward, and based on those, they will pick the winner, the country. Oh, thank you, Julian Venstra. Who was your winner from today, or top 3? By the way, remember me? Hello, of course I remember you. I may have a short-term memory, but not that short. Who was my top 3 from today? For some reason, I was really feeling Switzerland today, and I'm not even crazy into the song initially, but he just really got me today. Oh, she got me. He got me. So that was really good. I really was into Sweden again today, but I always am, it seems these days. And the Netherlands, of course, was really good today. So those are my answers. First Eurovision I visited, Vikersund is asking, 2011, Düsseldorf, Germany. Sister. Don't you try to... Just to say thanks, Ross Barbara Smith. Well, thank you right back at you. Thank you for supporting us. Matt, Azerbaijan's rehearsal has leaked and I watched it. Do you really like that effect? I find it really cheap. Cheap? I don't think it's cheap. I like it. It's very effective on the screen. Not sure how you would think it looks cheap. I thought it looked really elaborate with the robots and the light. Now you can make a point about, saying that it makes 0 sense to have that. It doesn't really go with the lyrics of the song. That I can give you. But I don't think it looks cheap. In case you're wondering, they were doing the quick interview with the 3 direct qualifiers, Germany, Italy, and United Kingdom. They just did the German clip, and now they're talking to Italy. Now keep in mind, the 3 acts are not in there. So it's really only the acts. They're just going through really fast, like stand-ins. And then we get the fake results. Ooh, that was perfect. Which performance surpassed your expectations the most? Out of all the ones so far, Australia. I never saw that one coming. That was amazing. I do think that Switzerland really won me over. And everyone seems to like it, but it totally works for me. It totally works for me. Those were the ones that I guess I didn't see being that good, and they really impressed me. Yeah, man, I will go offline after the fake results, but we'll be back for the pre-show at 8 p.m. Central European time. I hope to see you there, and we'll talk it all through. And if you subscribe to the channel, you will be notified. Hopefully you're already subscribed. And then we'll do our post-show on top of it as well. So this is the Michael Wright's clip. They're just going through it really fast. There you go. The Netherlands has the ball issue solved now. Do you think that people at home will understand the story of the hope? I don't think so. But I don't think it's going to hurt. Like, I didn't get that this was hope. Doesn't translate. It's too abstract. That being said, it still looks nice and pretty, and I think it'll heard Dutch's chances, or people like, oh, that is weird, I'm not going to vote it for it now. I think we're overthinking it. I don't think the message itself is clear, but it's not going to be a deal breaker, if that makes any sense. I feel like the hosts are a bit rude, especially the dude. How do you feel about them, Lida Nielsen? They're two dudes, first of all. And I think they're actually, the one guy that I see is really funny. I don't know why you think they're rude. I would like to hear a little bit more what you think was rude. They're just joking around, being just what I consider effective.
Here's a little taste of what it feels like to hear that magic number.
I'm starting to think Australia is seriously contention to win. Do you agree? I think they will win, but they will definitely be in the top 10. I think that already is a big accomplishment, and they should be very excited. Okay, here's the thing. Do you think Belarus can surprise because she's so energetic and reminds me of Belgium 2016 Laura Tesoro? Look, I like Belarus is just not for me, and I'm maybe not the right person to ask this question, because I'm still surprised to see that one qualify. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of you guys think it was a clear qualifier. I thought the judges wouldn't get it. Clearly there must be something that they saw, or maybe not. I don't know. I find a hard time believing it can go any further than it did. I feel it's going to be a similar result as Belarus has received in recent years. But clearly it qualified, so there must be something there that people see that I just don't. So I'm not the right person to ask this question, I feel like. Hey Matt, can you please explain how the family show works and why it's named Family Show? David, it's super easy why it's called that. It's the third dress rehearsal, and they just use that to give discounted tickets often to families in the nearby area for the inconvenience of Eurovision, or those who cannot afford tickets get attendance for free. They also have like schools come in and watch this show just to fill up the arena. It's just maybe almost like a token appreciation, even though it's not like, it's just a rehearsal, it's not the actual show. And that's why they call it the Family Show. But it's basically just a dress rehearsal, the third and final dress rehearsal. Okay.
And now 16 countries already have their place secured in the final.
All right.
We'll find out which of tonight's songs will join them.
Here we go. We're now getting the fake results. Very, very important stuff. That's what we live for. This is the third and final fake result show.
Behind the scenes, thousands of people work day and night.
But of course, first I have to talk to Jon Olasund.
That's right, he's the executive supervisor of the Eurovision Song Contest. Let's say hello again to Mr. Jon Olasund. Do you have the results, sir?
So Jon Olasund is actually in the arena. Let's see what's happening. Get ready. Dum dum dum. Who do you want to fake qualify? Ooh.
Thank you, Mr. Stan. There you have it. We can finally announce tonight.
I want the fake qualifiers to be the ones that probably will not be able to qualify on its own. Come on. Here they are. The 10 finalists are...
Tonight's first finalist.
The first fake finalist is... Latvia. Latini. Someone just screamed in the chat as well. Latini. Probably not going to happen tonight, but hey. But they are through in the fake world. Keep in mind, these are all just fake. These are random results. Armenia is also through. Second qualifier in the fake results.
And now we move forward to the third finalist for
The
tonight.
third finalist is...
And the third finalist is Moldova.
Moldova. Oh gosh. All right, Moldova is through in the fake results. Who's the fourth one? Make it be Ireland. Malta. Malta is the fourth qualifier going through.
Congratulations to Malta, who
Whoop,
has
whoop, whoop, whoop.
place secured in the final. And now we move on to the fifth finalist. We're almost
number 5. Russia, La Russie. There's a group of Russians over there. They're very happy that they fake qualified. Good for them.
5 down and 5 more to go.
5 down, 5. It's funny because I go for those suspense camera shots of the acts and all the volunteers pretending to be acts. It's always my favorite part. Although they're not as energetic this time around. Norway is also in the fake finals. It's still fun to hear it.
The tensions in the arena is high, and we move on to our 7th finalist for
Okay.
tonight.
The 7th finalist is Austria is also through. Now I just want Ireland to fake qualify at least. She did fake qualify yesterday. She was the first fake qualifier in the jury show, and she was actually in the room. That was kind of funny. Croatia is number 8. The 8th country to qualify is Croatia. This is fun.
I can't imagine what the artist must be feeling right now.
All right. 2 more to go. Azerbaijan, Netherlands, North Macedonia, Sweden. The Netherlands are through. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Isn't that amazing?
And now only one place is left.
Only one is left, my friends. This is killing me, the suspense. Is it Switzerland, Romania, Sweden?
Who will claim that golden ticket?
Azerbaijan.
North Macedonia.
North Macedonia is. So Ireland did not make the cut this time, I'm afraid. So darn. We have our 10 qualifiers that are not the qualifiers. They are fake as fake. Okay. And now we get a quick recap of the 10 qualifiers.
Croatia, the Netherlands, and North Macedonia.
So once again, don't think this is real in any shape or form. This is just completely bogus. No, supposed to be get it, but every once in a while I still get someone. Is that actually the jury results? So let's just wrap this up for quick. I'm going to do a few more questions. At ES United, make sure you post them. Forgive me if I don't answer all of them, because there are so many that come my way, but I'll do the best I can. Do you think that the big bookmaker gap between the Netherlands and the other countries is realistic and reflects the real gap between Duncan and the other contestants? Chris still is asking. It's a tough question. There is a reason. There's just a whole lot of confidence in people when it comes to putting money down, especially after the jury show. There are, of course, rumors that the Netherlands won the jury vote, but we always have those rumors. As far as like if it's going to be that large, I don't know, but there is something there. I still believe the Netherlands is the one to beat. It's a good, it's not just a good song, it's an amazing song. And I would love for them to win. For multiple reasons. It's a fantastic song. I love the Dutch. I love the Netherlands. And it's close to my home. I can visit some of my families for next Eurovision. Because, I don't have anyone in Israel here. Okay, Sai BBs. Matt, ignoring what's going on this year, which country would you love to host Eurovision? Malta or Cyprus for me? Actually, it's funny that you pointed out it would be Malta, Cyprus, and Croatia are in my number 1 list. I would love to go to any of these 3 because they're just a little bit, to an American, it's pretty more exotic, even though it's not really, but you know what I mean. So I would love these, definitely high up there in my ranking. Place I've always wanted to see. Matt, can you tell us more about your passion to self-flushing toilets? Do you also make live streams to that topic? So Rob, I have this fascination because unlike as a germaphobe, I don't even have to touch anything. It just flushes. It's amazing. And I think I should start a podcast about self-flushing toilets. And for those who don't get the insider joke, go to my Twitter page. That's my introduction. I'm a big fan of Eurovision, politics, and self-flushing toilets. The reason I put it there because it just was really the first random thing that came to me. That is how random my brain is. I should change that. It's a little outdated. I kind of lost my interest in self-flushing toilets. Does anyone actually know the jury votes before announcing them? No. Well, the people behind the scenes like Jon Ola Sand knows it, and maybe his 2 assistants or something like that are sitting up there. But other than that, no one knows. Have you ever been to the Netherlands? Yeah. Many times. I was just there a few weeks ago for Amsterdam in concert, the Eurovision concert thing. I love Amsterdam. I love Rotterdam. I've been to Friesland. I've been to Groningen. I've been to Utrecht. Wait, no, I haven't been to Utrecht. I'm lying. I've been to Delft. I've been to so many places. Love the Netherlands. It's one of my most traveled countries, actually. Let's see. Do you think Switzerland can win? I'm not convinced that Switzerland can win, but it sounds kind of silly when I say that. I think it could finish second. I feel as the juries will not put it as high enough for the televoters to make up for the difference to make it win. But I do think could potentially be a runner-up. That is my feeling, at least. But again, that's just my opinion. Thanks again for the live stream. You're very welcome. Aussie Rose. Hey, beautiful Matt. Who's your winner for today? I don't know. I said that I picked my top 3 because they really stood out to me the most were Switzerland, the Netherlands, and somebody else. Who was the third one? Sweden. Those 3 really got me the most today. So, have you been in Slovenia? No, I've not been to Slovenia yet. Which is weird because I've been to all the neighboring countries, not all of them, a bunch of neighboring countries, but not to Slovenia. Would love to go too. Win this darn thing and I'm going. Croatia, after Game of Thrones, there's no country. It wasn't even for Game of Thrones or anything like that. It was just something I really wanted to see. I love the coast stuff, just so beautiful. I love the water. I love the caves and all of that stuff. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. And so definitely high up on my list. So once again, as a reminder, first of all, thank you for joining us here today again. Always fun. We will be back tonight at 8 p.m. Central European Time to do our semi-final 2 pre-show. We're going to go over the few of the things that are happening, the songs, who we're looking forward to, and of course answer your question. More importantly, we're also going to have the post-show. So once we have the 10 qualifiers and the 8 non-qualifiers, we will go through them in detail on a live stream. Once again, talk it through with you and amongst us. And then just to get ready for the big show tomorrow. Well, the big show is the first dress rehearsal of the grand final, starting in the early afternoon, and then the jury show. You have to be here, especially for the jury show tomorrow. 50% of the votes, the juries. You got to listen in and see if anything goes wrong, and then we're almost done. So I will be back soon, and don't go too far, okay? See you all tonight. Have fun watching the show, but I'll talk to you before that anyway. So I just got to do a few things. Thanks again. See you all soon.